The Green Bay Packers, they got a new sheriff in town, right? Aaron Rodgers got traded back in April, moved on to the New York Jets, and the Packers have handed the keys to the castle, to the kingdom, over to Jordan Love. Jordan Love now taking over as the new head man in Green Bay at quarterback. And, it's not going to be a great year for Jordan Love in his first full season as a starter, taking over for Aaron Rodgers. Big shoes to fill as the Green Bay Packers went 9-8, third in the division, missed the playoffs. Not a good year for the Packers. They missed the playoffs for the first time since 2018. And so this team, they don't miss the playoffs that much, right? I mean, since 1999, they missed the playoffs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times since 1999, right? 8 times. Now, they don't have any Super Bowls to show for it. They like one Super Bowl to show for it. Not a lot of winning when it comes to Super Bowls, but getting to the playoffs, it was almost a lock in Green Bay for many years. So things are going to change big time for the people in Wisconsin. So what do we think is going to happen this year? I think the Packers are going to be the worst team in the division. They're going to take a step back. Some people think Jordan Love is going to be really good. Maybe he will be. But I just don't think that he's going to make the playoffs. And the division is pretty solid. It's a pretty decent division. Very competitive. And Green Bay will struggle at times. So let's talk about what Jordan Love will be throwing the ball to. Now, you talk about the depth chart here in Green Bay. Aaron Jones, running back. You got Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and Jaden Reed as your wideouts. This offense does not look good at all. I mean, come on, guys. This thing is not looking too well. That's all I got to say about that. It just doesn't look good. Defensively, not sold on that either. I mean, this team just doesn't look that good, guys. It's just not a good team on paper. So let's get to the schedule. That's why we're here. Green Bay Packers, week 1. They'll be on the road for the first couple weeks of the season. They'll take on the Chicago Bears, week 1. Bears are going to be a better team. This game is going to be on Fox, 4:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 Central. All right, we're going to give you the L for the Green Bay Packers. On the road to start the year 0-1. They're going to have a rough go-around. I mean, like I said, they're not going to be very good this year, so this is going to be a bad one for the Packers. Week 2, they head to Atlanta, take on the Atlanta Falcons, and they're going to lose that game as well, 0-2. Week 3, they head home to host the Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints. Will come into Lambeau, and they're going to lose that game to the Saints. At their home opener, fans are going to boo, and everything like that is going to go down, and they're going to get beat 0-3. People are going to say, should the head coach get fired? Is Jordan Love even ready to be a starter? Did they make a mistake letting Aaron Rodgers go, trading him? Week 4, Detroit Lions. The Lions come in town. Lions are going to be a better team this year, but this will be their first win of the year for the Packers, as they will get the W there on Prime Video on a short week. Week 5, head out to Las Vegas, ESPN, Monday Night Football, Jordan Love versus Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jimmy G will beat the Packers and the Packers will fall to 1-4. They get a bye week. A lot of things are going to be talked about. Will they make a change? Packers say we're fully confident in our head coach and we think Jordan Love can turn it around. Of course they're going to say that. What else they're going to say? They just got rid of Aaron Rodgers, their greatest quarterback, and one of the best quarterback in their franchise over the last decade. Of course they're going to say they got it back, Jordan Love. Week 7, head out to Denver to take on the Donkeys. Denver Donkeys, Russell Wilson, Sean Payton will hand Green Bay a nice whooping. So that's another loss. Week 8, home to Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins coming in town, Lambeau Field. A loss for the Packers. Week 9, they host the LA Rams. Rams will lose to Green Bay. That's another W. One of a few W's on the season for the Packers. So they get 2 already. Week 10, they head out to Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the what's his name? Pickett? Kenny Pickett beats Jordan Love out in Pittsburgh. Week 11, they come back home and they host the Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers. Herbert puts up a 40 spot on the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau. At Lambeau, fans are booing. Woo, woo. Things are not going well for Jordan Love as he gets booed off the field. Week 12 at Detroit, take on the Lions. Earlier this season, the Packers beat the Lions at home, but this time the Detroit Lions return the favor and hand Green Bay another loss as the L's keep piling up for the Packers. Week 13, they host Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl champs, the defending Super Bowl champs, and Patty Holmes puts up a 35 spot on the Packers at Lambeau. Week 14, they head out to New York or New Jersey or whatever, MetLife, to take on the New York Giants and Daniel Jones. And they also hand the Packers an L. Week 15. Now, after week 14, the Packers, they felt so much pressure throughout the year. They finally start to get it going. They put together some couple winning streaks. They finished the season strong, but still one of the worst teams in football. Week 15, at home to Tampa, they beat Tampa. Then they go to Carolina and beat Carolina. They lose to Minnesota. Then they finish the season off with a win at home to the Chicago Bears, winning 4 of their last 5 games, but finishing the season 5-12. That will be the record for the Green Bay Packers. Look, the good news is, Packer fans, you cheeseheads, is that you won 3 of your last 4 games. Right? Did I say 4 or 5? I meant to say 3 or 4. Sorry, made a mistake. You won 3 of your last 4 games. You got something to look forward to in the offseason. You go out. Jordan Love is starting to play better now. He has a full season under his belt as an NFL starter. Maybe that could carry on to next season. Maybe. Unfortunately, it may not be good enough for the head coach to keep his job. He may get fired. Maybe. I don't know. This is just a prediction. But at least Jordan Love will look like a decent NFL quarterback for at least the last 4 weeks of the season. And Packer fans should be okay with Jordan Love being a starting QB next year instead of drafting one in the upcoming draft. Because they do got a lot of assets. Remember, they traded Aaron Rodgers. They got all this stuff in return. So they will have a bunch of draft picks, right? If I'm not mistaken, they get a bunch of draft picks. They got Jordan Love looking solid. They got, they get first round, second round, sixth round, all that stuff going on. So they have draft picks. They have things to look at. Looking to the future, Packers should be in decent shape. So that's how you got to look at it. glass half empty or half full, whatever the saying is. All right, so that's it for the Green Bay Packers. 5-12, and I'll tell you that this 5-12 record will put them in last place in the division in the NFC North.